The last several years, it's become clear to nearly everyone that there's an agenda in entertainment. Not just Hollywood, but basically every aspect of entertainment. Whether you're talking about big movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, everything. There's a clear agenda at play, and it's turned out pretty bad for them. We've seen some box office bombs, some disappointments. We've seen Hollywood bleeding money over the last several years. As fans have walked away, they said, no, I'm done with this. I'm done with being preached to for this. And one of those things absolutely is the emasculation of men, intentionally trying to make men look weak in order to prop up women. That's been going on for quite some time. And now with a new movie that we have coming out starring Chris Pine, the Dungeons and Dragons movie, the directors are essentially admitting that this is what they love to do. They're claiming it has nothing to do with wokeness. We just think it's funny to emasculate men all the time. The Dungeons and Dragons movie intentionally emasculates its leading men. The Dungeons and Dragons movie's writing team reveal they intentionally emasculated the leading men in the film and put the women on the front lines. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with strong women, with strong, powerful women, and Michelle Rodriguez is in this movie. If you look at all of her roles, that's kind of what she's done for a long time. Whether you're talking back in Resident Evil, whether you're talking about Avatar, like Michelle Rodriguez, we understand the type of character that she plays, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes when you decide, in order to push her up, to push a woman like her up, you have to drag a man down. That's when it starts to become a problem. And not just one movie here or there, not just one moment, but seemingly every product out of Hollywood is somehow geared towards doing this exact same thing. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves writing team John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein revealed they intentionally emasculated the film's leading men, though not for wokeness. While speaking with Variety, Daley and Goldstein, and those two as a kind of writing team have done some interesting stuff. I think they did Horrible Bosses, which I think is hilarious. Horrible Bosses 2 fell off a little bit, not so much. They also did Spider-Man Homecoming, depending on how you feel about that, but this is interesting coming from them. Discussed how Michelle Rodriguez's Holga the Barbarian and Sophia Lillis's Dory the Druid tend to engage in the front lines of battle compared to their male party members. This was not an attempt at wokeness on our part, Goldstein said. It's interesting that they immediately went to that defense. If you guys don't think that all of this type of conversation is becoming like mainstream, that they hear the conversation out there, you're crazy. They absolutely do. Daley elaborated, saying, "Swear to God, it wasn't. We like that Holga is a bruiser that does the dirty work for Edgin, and he doesn't get his hands dirty. We also love emasculating leading men." What a weird thing to put in there. And again, they go in and talk about this, how, we didn't want the character to be perfect. We wanted to have flaws. Well, yeah, of course, you can have flaws. You can have a masculine character with flaws, and you can have one little thing or one little joke or something in a movie, whatever. But the idea that we love emasculating our men in our movies is such a weird thing to say, but it's right on the nose with what we've seen from modern-day Hollywood. After reiterating the reasons did not pertain to woke thinking, the pair explained they wrote the men that way because they find it funny and fresh. Pointing to Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman's character Date Night, which they also wrote, they also aim to do something similar with Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark in Spider-Man Homecoming. We like our male heroes to be challenged and not simply heroic. And again, that statement I don't have a problem with, that you like them to be challenged. You don't like them to just be perfect. You want them, to actually have to go through something. That's all fine. Why is there a focus on emasculating men to do this? And I will disagree. It's not funny and fresh. We've seen this play out time and time again in Hollywood over the last decade or more. It's not new. It's happening all the time. It's one of the reasons people are kind of sick and tired of it. It's one of the reasons the MCU is dropping at the box office, because you no longer have men that are just allowed to be masculine. They're constantly being emasculated. That's the brand of the MCU at this point in time. So it looks like the Dungeons and Dragons movie is going to have more of that. If you are interested in that, Chris Pine talked a little bit about how he didn't want to just be a hero, right? He really wanted to be kind of a bad guy in terms of doesn't have a lot of integrity, doesn't have a lot of honor, that kind of thing. And I get that from his perspective too. Doesn't want to just play straight cut, clean edge superhero, or in case of James Kirk, not exactly superhero, but still that hero archetype. I think you're going to have a lot of people pushing back. on them when they say the way to do that is to emasculate your leading men. More Hollywood thinking from Hollywood. Now, they say it's not for woke reasons. I don't know. You be the judge. Let me know in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.